Hi everyone, thank you so much for being here. Today's video is going to be another first impressions, trying on first impressions of all these new makeup products that I got. If you guys watched my last haul, this is all going to be makeup that was in that last haul. And then there's like a couple other items here and there that I just haven't tried out and I had in like my drawers from PR and stuff like that. So I just wanted to try them out on camera and do this really cool look for you guys. I was super excited to try out the Dose of Colors Desi x Katy collection. I keep wanting to say Dexy. The only thing I'm so upset about, I didn't even order the eyeshadow palette and I have no idea why. Like, I had it in my cart and for some reason it just wasn't there. So I don't know what happened, but I'm really upset about it. I would have totally used it in today's tutorial if I had it, but unfortunately I did not. But I did have another eyeshadow palette to try, and I do have a ton of new products. So if you guys want to see how I got this look, go ahead and keep on watching, and also don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell right next to it so you don't miss any of my new videos. And let's just go ahead and jump into this look right here. I just want to go ahead and apologize for my hair. I know that it looks bad. I just kept these braids in from doing my errands this morning and then going to the gym, and I just washed my body, and then now I'm filming, and I really just didn't want to take them out until like the final look. And it's just a good way to keep my hair out of my face while I'm filming, so I'm just gonna keep them there, and then hopefully by the end of this video it'll look good when I take it out. But we're just gonna go ahead and move on to the video. So the first product I'm trying is a Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer, which is just like a primer and moisturizer in one. They just recently came out with this, and I was pretty excited to try it because I do have pretty dry skin. And I like a lot of Smashbox's primers and foundations, so that's like pretty watery. If you guys can see, it's just like super runny, but it feels really good on this skin. I'm just curious as to whether it's gonna make my skin look smooth or not, because it's not very thick at all. Usually I'm not a fan of like silicone-based primers, but they obviously get the job done with smoothing things out, so not sure how this is gonna look under my foundation. That just dried really nicely on the skin. It's not super sticky or anything, so I'm just curious how it's gonna look. But now the foundation I'm using, I'm gonna mix the Estee Lauder Double Wear in the color 3N1, and then my Born This Way foundation in the color Vanilla, because this one's too dark and this one's too light. So I'm gonna mix them together and hope that they turn out okay. To blend all the foundation out, I'm gonna use my Sigma 3D HD brush. Those foundations weren't first impressions. I've used them plenty of times. Those foundations weren't first impressions, but the primer obviously was. And the primer seems to be doing a pretty good job at like filling in my pores. It's not doing like the professional type of job from Benefit, but it definitely does look super nice. And moving on, I'm actually going to cream contour today. I'm gonna use my Kat Von D Shade and Light Cream Contour Palette. I've never tried this one before. It just came out and I got it in the mail the other day. So I'm super excited to try this. I'm gonna use this banana shade right here, and I'm gonna go in with my Sigma Eye Shading E55 brush and just take a little bit of that. Not gonna lie, it's actually pretty hard to get product out of here. I'm like having to dip in a couple times. But I mean, it might be like really good coverage, so you might not need that much. And to blend out that lightest shade, I'm just using this Real Techniques blender. It's not that easy to blend out under the eyes. I'm having to go over it a couple times to really get it on the skin and get it blended out nicely. But so to me, the coverage is kind of medium. It's not like super full coverage, which is nice. I think it's definitely going to be buildable. I'm moving on to the actual contouring, and I'm going to use this shade right here, and I'm just going to use my Morphe M432 brush, which is just this little flat brush right here, just to apply it. The shade is pretty dark for it being the lightest one in here. It's pretty damn dark. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of intimidated by it. But we'll see how it turns out. And now to blend all of that out, I'm just using a Morphe E8 brush to try and buff it in. And I'm gonna see if it'll blend in a little bit better by using that sponge. I'm not a master at like cream contouring, so I'm still kind of learning this. It could be like a user error if you guys don't think it looks good, but personally I think it blended out pretty good. Like it looks really nice on the skin. It's not too cakey or anything. I did have a little bit of trouble with this specific brush, but it might be again user error or brush error. So I did go in with that Real Technique sponge if you guys saw, and I kind of just like dabbed those two colors together. So now I'm just using my Morphe E47, a slightly slanted brush. So I'm just going to use that same shade right here with that brush and put it on my nose. So far I'm really liking this contour palette. It's just how it's gonna look later on, whether it's gonna be muddy or something. So the only problem that I'm seeing with the contouring palette so far is that it's really creasing under my eyes right here. I haven't set it yet, but I'm going to have to go in with another concealer because it's definitely creasing like hardcore. So I'm going to use my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in the color Fair Warm. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that banana shade again just because it's creasing so bad. Like it was terrible. So I would just suggest using another concealer on top of it, which most people already do if they're doing cream contour, but some people don't like the cakiness of that. And I honestly don't think I'm getting any cakiness under the eye after using that. So I think the Kat Von D is thin enough consistency to where you can put a concealer on top without it looking terrible. So just be aware of that it will crease underneath your eye. This isn't a first impression product, but it's just my number 7 translucent powder. It's my favorite one. If you guys are new to my channel, you don't know that, but if you're not new, you should know that. Now to set that contour and chills out my cheekbones a little bit more, I'm going to use this Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is the darker one of the two. Now that I'm really looking at my skin, I think that primer did a really good job at covering up some of my texture because I do have a lot of texture coming in right here on my cheeks, and you can't really see it as bad. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm not sure if it's the primer or not, but I'm pretty positive it is. Back in with that translucent powder. The only place that I bake is usually underneath my cheekbones sometimes, so I'm going to do that and just kind of carve out right here. Out is blush. The next product that I'm gonna be trying out is blush, and it's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Blush Trio. This one's in the color Peachy Love. I heard my friend Nicole Cutler talking about it here on YouTube, and she loves the Wet n Wild blushes, and so do I, and she said this one's better than them, so that's kind of hard to believe, but I definitely wanted to try them out because she said that. I trust her opinion 100% on all of my makeup products, so I'm just gonna take my Sigma Large Angled Contour Blush and just kind of like brush, not blush. I'm just gonna run this brush through all of them. Okay, A, that's super pigmented, but B, that's so gorgeous. I just think I put a little bit too much on. So just going back in with that bronzing brush and calming that down. So this next item I'm super excited to try, and it's the brand new Desi x Katy Dose of Colors collection, and this is in the highlighter called Mírame. Tank! Oh my god, this packaging is so beautiful! Pretty dark inside of the pan. I'm kind of nervous to see how it's gonna look on my face. I'm sure it'll be perfectly fine, but I'm nervous. Oh my god. I'm shocked right now. This is so freaking beautiful. Like, what? Alright, moving on, I'm going to use this Benefit Brow Zings. I've never used this one. It's like a powder and a wax in one. And they give me like 2 little brushes inside of this. I'm going to use a little angled brush. Okay, never mind. It's not 2. You just like break it in half. So I'm going to use this shade right here. This is the powder. They have like 2 really good brow products that I really love and enjoy. Actually, they have like 3. And it's like the pomade, the little pencil, And then just like the brush, like the tinted brow stuff. And that stuff is really good, but I don't know how much I like this powder. Just because personally I don't think I like powder on my brows. I don't think it looks terrible on my brows. I just think my brows have looked better. You know what I mean? Right, now moving on to the eyes, I have this ColourPop Cute as, just kidding, it's not even called that. It's called the Yes Please palette. These are the names on the back. So pretty. The first shade I'm going to take is Big Cocktails, which is this like pinky color right here. And I'm going to use my Morphe E27 brush to apply that. Now with the same exact E27 Morphe brush, I'm going to go into this yellow color, which is called French Kiss, and just apply that on the exact same spot I just applied the other shade. These shades are so easy to blend out and they're so pigmented too. So considering how affordable this palette is, I'm definitely impressed because these shadows are so blendable and creamy and they're so pigmented too. Like that is just after using 2 transition shades. Like, okay ColourPop, okay. On my crease, I'm going to use this shade right here, which is called Louis, and then the brush I'm going to use to apply that is my Morphe M433 brush. So I went a little heavy with that, so I'm just going to take that transition shade brush that I used. I'm not dipping it into any color, I'm just kind of blending all these lines out, diffusing it. Using the same Morphe M433 brush, I'm going to dip into this really, really deep dark color right here, which is called Mischief. How do you guys do? And just focus it right here on the outer corner. And I'm using a light hand because I really don't want this to get like too smoky. And I'm going to dip into that yellow shade again with that transition shade brush and diffuse that a little bit more. The lid, I'm going to use the color Note to Self, which is just the bright orange shade inside of this palette. All of the inner corner and the inner half of this lid, I'm going to go back in with that highlighter, the Mirame one, and I'm going to apply that. I'm applying that to my brow bone as well. Go in with the color Champs, which is this one right here, and just put it on my lower lash line, just to smoke it out a little bit. I'm gonna use a little bit of this yellow shade called French Kiss. I'm going to go ahead and draw on my wing, and I'm using my NYX Liquid Matte Liner if you guys are wondering which one it is. I'm not going to do it on camera because I mess it up every single time. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that, and then I'll be right back. These off. I'm going to apply my lashes off camera, but I'm just going to use my Ardell Double Up ones, and I'll be back once they're on. I ended up hating these lashes right here with the purple Double Up, but I use this orange Double Up ones on my lashes right now, and they're in the number 205. I don't know if that matters or not, but if you guys are wondering which ones they are, they're 205, and holy freaking dramatic. I don't even think I've ever worn lashes this dramatic in my life, so I'm kind of freaking out, and I don't know if I look crazy or whether I like it or not, but I'm just gonna go ahead and finish up the look by using a lipstick, and I'm going to go in with the Desi x Katy lipstick from Dose of Colors, and this one's in the color Hot Fire. It's the bright red one. I'm so excited. I haven't even opened this yet, but so hyped. So the formula of this lipstick is actually super comfortable on my lips, and I'm obsessed with the color. Like, I love orangey red, so this is just perfect for my skin tone and just perfect for my liking. I honestly liked everything that I tried out today except for these Double Up lashes. I think I'm just gonna throw these away. And then also, I didn't like the banana shade on the Kat Von D. I think that's why I was creasing underneath my eyes so bad, because even after I set it with my concealer and my setting powder, it got really like creasy and gross. So I think it was that contour shade. I'm still gonna try it out. I like the contouring palette, but I'm gonna try it out and then update you guys if I like it or not later on in the future. But I really like how this look turned out, and if you guys enjoyed it too, leave me a thumbs up. And again, thank you guys so much for being here and watching this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!